I'd say so. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Bad companies come around this side of town, man. Yeah, oh, Grandpa Coyote, rising up here at 9,000 feet, babies, with your little morning wake-up call saying, don't y'all stall. Don't y'all just, drag your feet. Come on, babies, unfurl your wings and let's join the fleet. You betcha. We get to gather in the air up there where nobody else does care. And babies, we get to get up there and share the wealth, babies, and share the light and share their life. And we do it right now. We ain't waiting around for June 21, but oh, that'll be fun too, I'm sure, once we get there. But right now, we're right here in this moment and now. And how? We the bad company, man. 6 Gun Sound, ooh, that's our claim to fame, babies. The Coyote Medicine Show. It know the way to go here on Hazy Radio Network, babies. The lovin'est network you ever found, and the rockin'est too, since they added old Grandpa into their mix, don't you see, don't you do? Oh, babies, wow. I don't know what else to say, except I sure love hearing them coyotes singing in the sunrise. And yeah, we can feel the bad guys wanting to pull their last hurrah. We can feel that shit going on, man. You sniff it in the air, you feel it this morning. They're like, we're going to do this now, babies. And we're just going, love, 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 love. So, babies, let's just, right now, we'll close our eyes. And, well, first I got to salute you with my official Coyote Club mug once again, okay. Gets my tonsils clear so I can talk a little better. And then I better have a little toke on my smoke, get my nerves gentle down here, because I'm kind of shaky this morning, man. Oh, the old heart's getting to start today, I'll tell you. We go round and round with this thing all the time, babies. But it's just the naughty child inside, the one that got kind of wild when he decided he didn't want to take that ride. At least not that way. He says, babies, you're going to pay and pay and pay. Oh, vengeful little shit. He ought to know better than to act like that, wouldn't you say? So let's go inside right now, babies. Take that little baby child for a ride. Right back to the heart, baby. Just close your eyes and get a surprise. Yeah, here comes the love and light from 9,000 feet high in the Rocky Mountain sky, babies. We unfurl them wings. Here we take off. Here we fly. Yes, indeedy. That's you. That's I. That's all of us, don't you see? Including this naughtier child inside of ye. Oh, my goodness. What a sweet little thing. I kind of like the little cherubine, man. Ooh-wee. I don't care about those little horns. I think they're cute, man. Kind of hold the halo up just right, We just got to give them, toss that pitchfork back in the haystack, and give it up, man. Join the rest of us, man. Come on, be in the party here. Don't you want to party hardy? Don't you want to fly? Don't you want to get up off the ground? Get up off your arson. Be something. Be alive. Babies, do you realize what's happening in this world right now? For real? Do you really understand what's going on here, man? People are waking up right and left, and the government dinks are running scared, man, and the bankers that are, their owners, and the owners of the bankers, too. I mean, if they could, they'd get on their fleet and fly away, but they can't, They can only accept what they're feeling in their heart, and so, babies, we send this radiant love from our unified heart. Do you feel that unity? Do you feel that love? I don't care what else is going on. Do you feel that love? See, just unifying that love inside, and then we radiate it to all these beings and all those places that have been such ugly little disgraces and have given us such a hard time and bought and sold us like little slaves and think we're just jungle bunnies living in caves. Well, we are love bunnies, babies, and we're coming back to life, and we ain't just shooting stars. We ain't blinking out. We're getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, babies, and as we do, we can't help but influence those two who would have control over you. Babies, they're all through. Because in their heart, they got that start. We're bringing them back to conscious presence, man. We're bringing them back to life. Those that have been the deadest in this world, the coldest, the iciest, the meanest. Yes, indeed. The nastiest sons of bitches we ever cut loose in a reality, man. Ooh, aren't they ugly boogers? But they're kind of cute, just like that nasty little side inside of us that likes to kick around and be the bad company, you know. Well, baby, we got the 6-gun sound. We got the 6-gun heart. And, baby, nobody can stand against us. We're the fastest gun in the west, the east, and the south, and the north, and the sky, and the earth, and everywhere else in between, man. All those positions and points on the great compass of life, man, you know. And we narrow our vision down and make our target those that seem to rule this reality from the dark shadows of inner space. Oh, the drama. It's so poetic, man, you know. Let's put them God-blessed bankers in their place and all of those draconian henchmen, too, that push their buttons and you know who, and just the rest of them, too, man. Because, see, the bosses have already surrendered to the heart. And therefore, the troops have, too, whether they know it or not. You see what I mean, Jelly Bean? So we can bring them all back to conscious life, conscious presence. By what? Allowing that conscious presence in ourselves. So again, we go inside and we embrace our angry little child side, you know. The one that got away from us in a way when we were just kids. The one that began to rage and carry on and, you know, do the things naughty children do, man. The bad guys, you know, the bad company, man. Ooh. But ain't it good company inside? Do you feel the love? Oh, yeah. Do you feel the magnetic heart? Oh, yeah. Do you feel the joining, the gathering, the joy, the happiness, the childlike happiness, you see? When you approach it innocently, it is innocent. And so are you now, too. And guess what? With the darkness, that kind of shit, the depression, that makes us so angry, the rage, you know. Hey, babies. That's another page. And we turned. And we ain't doing it again. Because our rage is for love now. Our rage is for life. Our rage is for creation. Our rage is to put away all the abominations here, all the nastiness and the heinous acts that we've been participants in. And babies, just become the divine angelic presences that we are in human form and treat one another with dignity and courtesy and respect. I mean, it's so simple. I wonder why it's always escaped us. Eh? Bunch of damn monkeys, man, just fighting over the bananas and who gets to own the tree. Nobody can own a tree. Nobody can own a plot of ground. Sure, you can plant your ass down there and pretend you do, you know, and pretend that it belongs to you, but nothing belongs to you, man, you know. Don't you remember that when Alaska was trying to repossess Canada and Canada was trying to repossess Thailand and, you know, it all got out of hand and in the end, you know, after everybody came in and says, oh, no, that's mine, you can't. You know, like the Queen of England and the Nepophilians and you know, the Draconians. And then, you know, the hot chick herself had to come and settle it, you know. Even the Pope tried to put a claim on everything. I mean, everybody was trying to say, we own the world and it's ours, you know. You can't own nothing. You can be a part of it. You can allow yourself to be a part of the heart of the land where you are. You can allow yourself to dream yourself into an existence there that's really right and in tune with everything around you completely. Yeah, you can do that. That's the ultimate quote power, babies. Yeah. You don't have to stick your finger in the light socket to get this one down, baby. Because it's in the heart that it's found, see? And we're just turning it on and sending it out there to Jane and John and all those that live in those high secret places and, you know, mess up everybody's faces with barking out orders and stuff. Jeez. You know, military madness has taken the earth, but we're giving her back, huh? No more of that insanity, babies. We're going back to a place where there's only vanity, you know. I mean, everybody is so in love with themselves that they're completely self-absorbed and nothing else exists, man. Well, not quite. I like the self-absorption thing, man. You know, you can get in there and you can be, oh. But then you look around, you say, well, gee, maybe I ain't so grand after all. But I am part of it, man. I am the Wow, yeah, we are the creation, man. Hey, it's breaking out to be a beautiful day out there today. Little clouds in the sky, man. I wonder what that means. Is that portends of another March snowstorm here in the Rocky Mountain High? God, those San Juan sure are beautiful in the hazy morning, I'll tell you. I look right across the valley and see the tops of those things over there. They're just always smiling at me, whether the sun's coming up or going down over there. It don't matter. Those old San Juan mountains always smiling over here at the Sangre, you know. Big old grin across that western horizon all the time, man. And right across from me, just a little way, this magical little peak. You can tell it's a 14er. And, man, it's just, I don't know. It's got that pyramidic look to it out there, you know. And you can feel the love radiate out the top of it, man. I mean, you know. These old sites that everybody thought was inactive volcanoes and a product of, you know, tectonic plates bumping up against each other and all that stuff. Well, not everything is what it seems to be in this reality now, is it? You see? And sometimes I look around these mountains out here all over the place and I see something more than mountains. I see magic. I see, wow, the city of light. Everywhere I look. Everywhere I see, everywhere I turn, there's that city gleaming back at me. Yet, what do you see? Granite and snow and ice, blue sky, radiant gold light coming out of those mountains. I'm telling you, mountains are magic, man, and they always have been, and they're powerful. Because they're mama's Tetons, man, grand Tetons, you know what I mean? It's where all of her emotional love and well-being is stored up and shared with the baby children of life. That's why you have to come to the mountains every now and then to renew and refresh yourself, especially if you live out there in the flatlands, man. The mountains always calling you, just begging you to get out of that flatland for a while and come back to life, you know. I mean, you got to do that. Come and spend a couple of weeks in the mountains every now and then. Besides that, you can come over and smoke some legal pot for a change and not have to hide out to toke a joint. Isn't that fun? Babies, it's good to be alive and living in Colorado. I'm telling you, you vacation here. But do make it on June 21, though. We really are going to have a party here, you know, one way or the other. You know, I don't care what we have to do. Like I said, I got no plans, I got no bands. I just say, come on, babies, let's party. Bring your music with you, and we'll have a great time. Who knows? We might conjure up the likes of Neil Young or something. You don't know, man. You know, who might show? And then again, it just might be Marilyn Monroe. We'll talk to her ghost for a while beside the campfire. What's it like to be a girl in a man's world, Marilyn? I made the best of it. I bet you did, baby. Oh, wow. I tell you, what a gal, man. She was like a groundbreaker in more ways than one, this little orphan child we came to know of as Marilyn Monroe. Someday we'll talk about her a little bit more, because, baby, she's quite a fascinating little goddess, let me tell you. A lot more to that chick than meets the eye. A lot more. As the president and a whole bunch of other wise guys found out. Ooh, babies, you don't mess with mama. You know, that was the hot chick in her day, man, and she was opening doors for all the ladies. You know, it was time, baby. It was time for, you know, this crap to come to an end, this male dominance shit, you know, or even female dominance. It was just time for us to find a real equitous plane, an equitous partnership between us, finally. And so door breakers had to happen, and there's Marilyn Monroe, naked as the day she was born in the centerfold, man. You know, what a salvation that was for, you know, manhood and womanhood, baby. Believe it or not, it truthfully was. What a great opening it was. But it was the energy she conveyed through that image that made the difference, that made it happen. It brought forward the revolution of the 60s, believe it or not. From the 50s, you know, a little centerfold in the 50s, then comes the 60s, the freedom of the 60s. Same thing was happening in the music industry, as people like Elvis were coming along and breaking down a few doorways too. Goodness gracious, you know. Back then the debate was whether rock and roll was evil, you know, and all the church people and all the parents were really upset with that kid with the greasy hair and the ducktail. You know, he grew his hair too long, he wore leather jackets, and worst of all, he wiggled his hips. And all the girls were in love with him and wanted to breed him silly, and it just was the devil in disguise, and we knew it for sure. What a description, what a depiction. And you can imagine us kids now, I was a little kid in the 50s, you know, and you can imagine us kids looking at our parents going, oh my God, what cave did they come out of? But you just have to deal and do what you feel, and when they ain't looking, you're rocking and rolling, man, you know. My dad wouldn't even buy us a TV till I was about 12 years old, and then he wouldn't let us watch it. You had to go to your friends, you know. And, anyway, this is a long story, man, but it was a different world, you know. And they opened some doors, these two, Elvis and Marilyn, and a whole bunch more to a lesser degree, but everybody held it in equity. So, you know, it was really a group effort. But awesome to see, awesome to live to see that. Even as a little kid, I had knowing eyes. I could understand what was happening there in a lot of ways that others didn't quite see, you know. Same way of now. You understand? We are changing it by allowing the change in ourselves. And you know, all this big, huge financial disasters that have been predicted, well, God, a person can take a look at the financial markets and know they're done. They're completely corrupt. I mean, the money is valueless. I mean, the whole thing stinks like a shithole that it is. You know what I mean? And of course we know its collapse is imminent. It can't go on. It's the ultimate Ponzi scheme, man. You know, and they've drained it dry and taken everything, and now they'll just collapse it, you know. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Now, does it? Not at all. We can transition and change far more easily than this by allowing ourselves to be the creative persons that we are. You see, this is how you step free of the industrial society and no longer have to be in it. No longer have to pay its dues or its taxes or anything. No longer have to deal in the world of money or exchange in any way. And it can happen rather rapidly. It just takes a few steps in consciousness, a few steps into your heart, a few steps into the knowing heart, where you start to gain confidence in the reality of spirit, and how active it is here, and how it is the influence that creates. And then we create our world as we'll have it, according to the dream of the heart. And all this bullshit reality just dissolves away. The bankers and the banks and everything to go with it. I've had visions and dreams of tall buildings just coming loose at their footings and tumbling away, because gravity wouldn't hold them down anymore. It didn't want them there, so they were going away, tumbling away in the sky, man. That's a good vision. I kind of liked it, you know. I didn't see people falling out of them or nothing, so I think the buildings were basically empty already. I think the cities had emptied out before the buildings started tumbling away. People had abandoned the cities. You know, these American cities I'm talking about, you know. People had just driven away, walked away, whatever they did, but they were gone. And the buildings just were tumbling away. It was a future vision, but, you know, wow. Wonder what's happening there today. Are people moving away? Are we going to have an influx here at Crestonia? Are we going to get mobbed by the city folk? I don't think so. Not just yet, you know. Now, there may be some plans, you know. We're watching California. These buggers been manipulating the weather like crazy, you know, and causing it to be kind of dry over there. And I think they're trying to look for an excuse to evacuate California. You know, so I don't know. We're kind of watching over there, see. It's just like the impending financial doom. I mean, there are so many disasters in the making right now. You know what I mean? Not to mention, like we talk about all the time, the nuclear power plants. More than, I think it's like 1,600 of them worldwide now. Each one of them a ticking time bomb of doom, you know. Man, you know, and then the oil well drilling rigs on the seas and the fracking on the lands, etc., poisoning the groundwaters and stuff. I mean, And you got to wonder what's wrong with these people when they already know we got free technology that will compel us and propel us to anywhere we need to be, and provide the heat and the warmth and everything, air conditioning, all that stuff. I mean, it's been around, that kind of technology, that kind of information's been around secretly for a few hundred years now. It wasn't just Tesla. He was just a surface figure, you know. Something the public could see only hazily, though, because they kind of kept him in the shadows as much as they could. They wanted us to have this electrical grid, to be reliant on a grid system that was essentially oil and carbon based, you know. The reasons why, who knows? You know, I guess it's all about power and all that BS, but you know, it's a callous disregard and disrespect for the earth herself, wouldn't you say, for the divine energy that brings forward life, creating all these hazardous situations for ourselves, you know, in this rampant lust for money and power. And insanity, isn't it? Total and complete insanity. Well, see, those that are so insane, man, and they've been so controlled by other energies, and that's the truth. You see, this is not exactly a human thing going on here, though human beings are the tools at play. But you see, there are what we would call alien energies. They're not really. It's family, babies. And, you know, again, I point out to you, we were the sweetened trap laid. We were the innocent that came to be slain by our brothers and sisters who'd gone the darker way, the darker path, and only knew pain and coldness, you know, and we actually came into this reality, this existence, as a part of bringing the heart of all back together again, because it seemed like it had fractured a bit, you know, as we existed in this thing we called polarity, see. So that's what you're seeing here at play. It's the energy of extremes, you know, and it's always going to pole in an extreme direction, one way or the other, as long as we live in polarity, you see. There is hardly any centering. When you're in the center, boy, you know you found the ground, you found the place. But the pole can still pull you either way, you know what I mean? But now, see what happens? We're dissolving away the polarity by loving, you know, the aspects of ourselves and bringing them into a blended harmony within our center, you know, within the center of our person. This reunites us completely, you know, so there's no more, you are the chakra. From here on out, there's no divided chakra. There's not a root chakra. There's not a crown chakra. There's just you, a chakra, and energy field working in unison. See, and that's what we've created inside of ourselves. And as we do that, then we begin to recreate the outside of ourselves, the world around us. We begin to experience that creation differently. Same way we are right now, helping all of these beings that we brought into this sweetened little honey trap and got them so attached to our heart as to never let go, and then brought them forward through all of the ages of darkness into this time of complete fulfillment, enlightenment, the joining of all energies together in the universal heart, in full conscious presence once again, the acknowledgement of love in everything and everyone, and so on and so forth, because that's the essence of life, you see. And we just did it. We just brought them all back together. Inside of you, inside of me, inside of then this reality, and, you know, and those of the darker persuasion right along with us, they've already surrendered to this heart. They already understand. They originate there. They come forward from there. That's where their roots are. Everything, inside and out, joined in the root of love, in that one little speckle of light way back somewhere that began it all, man. And we're still that little speckle of light. That's what replicates itself into being all throughout creation. That's our unity. That's the singular person, once again, in all of this reality, especially us, don't you see? And this is how we change it and avert the disasters. We have to dissolve away the bullshit reality by what? Seeing what's real here. Being what's real here to begin with. And that to make the rest of it real. And babies, we can and we do live in a divine paradise, you know. I'm starting to learn how to create, how to apply these aspects in my life. You know, I'm still a bit of a stumble, but, you know, because I ain't got my eyes open yet. You know, I'm trying. I guess I need a little stronger coffee, man. Give you a wake-up call, and then I go back to sleep, eh? Nah, we're getting it on here, babies. But, you know, it's just been so long, and it's an unusual feeling to be involved in creation, because we've been taught and conditioned and brainwashed away from it. We've been taught to feel ourselves as a separate, independent person, hopefully with liberty and justice for all, but not necessarily. We've lived some pretty abject roles here, you see, and when we begin to see creation, you know, as flowing through us into being, and we begin to understand not only our position in creation, but why creation is the way it is, and how we honestly change it, because we're doing it right there in that moment. As we realize creation, we become creation. We regenerate creation by seeing what's really here. And there is no separation or division between earth and sky. They are united. The sun lives within the earth and within all her children and all her aspects in creation, all of it. You see, we glow. We're coming back to life. That's what I mean when I say talk about the sunrise in your heart each and every day. It's because that's what we do. We bring that glow, that sunrise, that warmth, that great light back to where it really is. In the center of our solar old chest, babies. We're united in that sun. It's our source essence of life. You see, the sun and the mother combine, unite, and here we are, man, and here we be, and here is all this creation too, flowing with us. Now you start to remember how we do. I'm starting to get some scratch my little head a little bit. That part of me that's been so foggy and didn't really want to move is kind of dissolving, and kind of resolving, kind of like letting go of the anxious edges, see. And if we can do this here today, then we've done it in this earth reality too, and the anxious edges will fade away. So let's just keep with this little child to play inside. Give this child a nice little ride, this bad company, this six-gun sound that's finally found its heart, its own heart, which is the heart in all of us, in all parts of ourselves, joining, again, in union inside. Union inside is union outside, babies. And unity then exists in reality. So we return to our natural creative states and return to our natural home places too. I mean, you know, it's the biggest upheaval the earth has ever known, but the greatest peace there will ever be. And this is permanent, baby, because it's the age of truth coming forward inside of you and inside of me. So says Grandpa Coyote here this morning, don't you see, on this Coyote Medicine Show. Where else but the ever-loving Hazy Radio Network, babies. We're here.